Hello. I haven't watched any videos this week at all. I could probably say the words "I just got finished a well rehearsal," but that's gonna be assumed from now on. And I want to talk about something. I want to talk about investment and the risk of investment. Today in the well, we started talking a lot about the bravery of actors, which we all very quickly reasserted to the director that it is not in fact the bravery of actors; it's the stupidity of actors. Because what we do is we push ourselves to such huge limits that we can really actually quite badly mentally affect ourselves. So today we had an exercise of an exploration of the sound of grief. So we turned out all the lights and we inside the space, because this is what theatre can do, we created a brand new space, an amazing new place where we could take part in something else without it being directly connected to where we were. And this was done by turning out the lights and putting up a couple of birdies, and it just created a whole new atmosphere. And then we began the exercise, and we began to explore grief and the sounds that creates. It was more about the vocal sounds, but the physical aspects are unavoidable when you are reaching into those emotions so strongly. These things will happen as performers, and these things do happen as performers, and it hurts to have to delve into those areas. And it sucks to do that. Those elements of performance really do suck. And we do them because we need to do them to get to where we need to go. But it sucks. And I'm curious what everyone else's opinions on these high levels of investment go. And I'm not talking method acting here. Method acting is a completely different thing, and I disagree with it as a rule. But I'm just talking about investment. And just having to suck yourself in, because you can say to yourself, "I'm an actor. I never have to feel anything." I would posit that you're lying. You will always have to feel something at some point, which is fine. But yeah, I think you guys see what I'm saying there. You can't just say that you don't feel anything, because you will always have to feel something when you are performing, and that performance and that something is something very powerful, and when you are dealing with emotions like we were today, it can really have quite a profound effect on you as a person. And then we got into a discussion about control and about exercises that do this and why they have to be controlled. And I'm really curious, and please tell me if you have. I haven't had the experience yet. I have no doubt that at some point I will have the experience of being part of an exercise that gets me so deep into emotion but doesn't have control elements to it, so it goes wrong, it goes bad. People get too into the emotion, they can't control it anymore, they lose control, they lose that whole element. I'm working with a director right now, and I've worked with him before on these kind of exercises, who I am lucky enough that he is very aware of the consequences the loss of control can have, and also very good at keeping control of things with noise and with restrictions on what can happen inside the exercise. It lets you... It sounds like a safety net, and it sounds like a cop-out if you don't know what you're talking about, but, and I'm sure you guys will agree with me here, it is so incredibly necessary when dealing with such high-level emotions and such difficult circumstances, to have those kind of situations where you lose something that much. You need to have control over that, otherwise you lose it. So I'm really curious, and I'm asking the question to you guys as a whole. Have any of you, when performing or observed a perform that often, been in a situation where you've observed or been in a performance where it's lost control and it's gone bad? Not a performance, an exercise that involved the using emotions. So that's what I want to know is those experiences, and I'm really curious if you guys have experienced those experiences in a way that it's had really negative effects afterwards. Because I feel pretty crappy right now after today because we dealt in with such shitty emotions, but it's not the kind of crappy that is going to affect me on the whole. I just feel a bit down because everything was like that. But it's all out now, and I did my commando rolls and my running around afterwards to level myself out. So that's all fine now. But I've got this image in my head that if there was no control parameters to the exercise that we were doing, everything could have gone to pot, and it would have been terrible. So yeah, please let me know if you have been part of one of those exercises that has gone to pot, and because I'm really curious to hear about that. This has been a hell of a ramble on this, and a lot longer than I expected it to go. I'm sure I repeat myself several times, but I'll see you all next week.